calorie count is super low. You could probably have half of these donuts for a snack. Tastes more like an authentic glaze you'd get in a donut shop donut. Welcome back to the Anabolic Hub, where we make anabolic deliciousness. We're back inside my kitchen today and we're doing another original recipe, chocolate glazed donuts. These are so freaking good, Will Tennyson would fall in love with them on first sight. They're high in protein, low in fat, and low in calories. They're gonna be ideal for any weight loss plan, any maingaining plan, and certainly any shredding plan. So, with no further ado, let's get things started by having a look at the ingredients. Here we go. All-purpose flour, chocolate-based casein protein powder, swerve, granular, cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder. The one ingredient to rule them all, salt. Mini chocolate chips. I can't believe it's not butter. The light one. Non-fat Greek yogurt, plain. Vanilla extract, almond milk, unsweetened, and swerve, confectioners. So this is another one of those magical recipes where we're mixing together some dry ingredients, we're mixing together some wet ingredients, and we're combining the two for some anabolic deliciousness. So let's get things started here by mixing together our dry ingredients first. First dry ingredient we need is 75 grams of our all-purpose flour. Pre-measured and on the money, of course, going in. The next dry ingredient is going to be 75 grams of our chocolate-based casein protein powder. Casein protein powder, not whey. Whey will be dry, soupy, and disgusting. So make sure you use casein protein powder. Casein, 75 grams. And it goes. Next, we need 40 grams of our swerve granular. Next up is 20 grams of our cocoa powder. Then we need 2 grams of our baking soda. Save the rest for later. Next we need 4 grams of our baking powder. Four grams, on the money. Then we need 3 grams of our one ingredient to rule them all, salt. And once you have all those dry ingredients in there, you're gonna whisk them up. Once you've whisked until you think you've whisked enough and then whisked some more, so your baking soda and baking powder are completely dispersed amongst all the other dry ingredients, you're done and it's time to move on to our wet ingredients. Our first wet ingredient is going to be 28 grams of the I can't believe it's not butter, the light one. If you can't find this, any light butter will do. If you can't find any light butter, just use regular butter. The way we're spreading it out, minimal impact. But here, 28 grams, I can't believe it's not butter, the light one. A little messy, but 28 grams in. Next, we need 140 grams of our non-fat Greek yogurt, plain. Negative scale measuring system, commence. And with what's left on the spoon, we have 140 grams exactly. Then we need 8 grams of our vanilla extract. And once you have all those ingredients in your mixing bowl, it's time to mix them up. And once you have one nice uniform color and consistency and you don't see any chunks of the butter that's visible, you know you've mixed it enough and it's time to put in your dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, which we're going to do in 3 separate batches. Batch number 1. Batch number 2. And batch number 3. And once you have this beach sandy type texture, you know that you're done mixing as much as you can up to this point. Now comes the part where we add in our almond milk, which we're going to be doing in segments of 50 grams at a time. Every casein protein powder is going to absorb a little bit differently in terms of the liquids. So we're going to start with 50 grams and work our way up until we get the consistency that we need. Just a quick interlude here to remind you to smash the like button. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. And why don't you tell me in the comment section below if you have to pick chocolate glazed donut, jelly donut or Boston cream donut? What's the go-to? You only get to choose from those three. Let me know in the comment section. All right, back to the video. First 50 grams of the almond milk. 50 grams more. We're getting closer, but we still need a little bit more of the almond milk. 50 grams, 3 times the charm. Then once you've mixed until you think you've mixed enough and then you've mixed some more, you should have this type of consistency here. The last step is going to be to fold in our mini chocolate chips because we want these chocolate glazed donuts to be even more chocolatier than last time. Here I have 21 grams or a serving and a half of our mini chocolate chips going in, folding in. And once you've folded in your mini chocolate chips and they're well incorporated into the dough, it is time to go over to our donut tray and put our batter into our donut molds. And before we get to adding our anabolic deliciousness into our donut molds here, we want to make sure they don't stick to the pan because it would be a shame to bake these up only to find that we can't get them out of the molds. So we're going to have our nonstick cooking spray applied first. High capacity nonstick cooking spray loaded. Fire away. Then what you want to do is put your dough into the molds evenly across all 6 spaces. As you can see, no matter how careful you are, you still get a little dirty doing this. Depending how big your donut molds are, you may have a little bit of batter left over, and that's okay. I had a very small amount left. I could probably get another half donut out of this if I wanted to. You should have about 6 3-inch donuts here ready to go into the oven. It is now time to start the baking process. We're going to have our oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. We're going to bake them up for 8 to 11 minutes, checking them along the way. While they're baking, we're going to get our glaze going. So for our glaze, what we're gonna do is use some Swerve confectioners, some more almond milk, and some vanilla extract. Now by using the almond milk and the vanilla extract, it's going to give a more of a realistic donut shop type glaze. You can do the good old-fashioned Will Tennyson apple fritter glaze where you just add some water to some of the Swerve confectioners. It works okay. I find that there's too much of a cooling sensation when you do that. When you bite into it, you get kind of that cool taste in your mouth, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do here is I've already pre-measured out 80 grams of our Swerve confectioners sugar. I'm going to add in next some almond milk here. So we're going to add in a little bit at a time. We're going to start with 15 grams. We won't go any more than 45 grams total until we get the right consistency for our glaze. So here we're going to kick it off, 15 grams going in, then we're going to mix it up. And another 15 grams. Once you have this consistency for your glaze, combining the 30 grams of almond milk with your 80 grams of Swerve confectioners, now the last step here is to add in just a few drops, so maybe 4 or 5 drops of your vanilla extract, just to give it a little extra flavor punch. And once you've mixed in your vanilla extract, you feel like you have it all well incorporated, it's time to start putting the glaze on the donuts, which we're going to do with all 6 of our donuts, and then it's over to the taste test table. Okay, the glaze is on. We're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes for it to set in, and then it's over to the taste test table. We're back at the taste test table here. So excited to try these donuts right now. They look absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait. I love glazed donuts, especially chocolate ones. This recipe is absolutely delicious. But with no further ado, let's dive right into our taste test by having a look at one of these donuts up close and personal. You can see here, I'm gonna grab this one. There is a little bit more of the glaze that came through on this one. For comparison's sake, I'll show you one of the other ones that's like the rest of the 6. You can see the glaze completely covering the donut there. Looks so good. Can't wait to try it. I'll go with this one because it's in my hand. Let's get right to this swervy, chocolatey, deliciously sweet, high protein goodness of a donut. Here we go. First bite, best bite, always. Don't care what you say. Let's do it. Wow. What a flavor combination. I really think taking a little extra time to do the glaze can make or break how the donut's gonna taste. Normally with a swerved only kind of glaze just mixed with water, you get that cooling sensation right after you take a bite. By adding in the almond milk and a little bit of vanilla extract, it totally takes that cooling sensation away. It tastes more like an authentic glaze you'd get in a donut shop donut. So good. The mini chocolate chips are very subtle. They're definitely in there, and they add a good chocolate punch to the donuts themselves. Sometimes, like in other chocolate protein recipes, you don't quite get that chocolatiness. It's a little kind of faint. You're only getting a hint of the chocolate flavor. The mini chocolate chips combined with the cocoa powder that we put in really gives that authentic chocolatey flavor. You're not going to get that in your typical protein powder. It's just not going to be there. With this, it tastes like you're actually having a chocolate donut. Unbelievable amount of protein. The calorie count is super low. You could probably have half of these donuts for a snack and you'd be completely fine filling out the rest of your calories for the day. Totally satisfied. Gonna get rid of that sweet craving for you. They're pretty dense too. Using the casein protein powder gives it a lot of density to it. One of the keys is in the cooling process also. Like most of our anabolic baked goods, you want to let these cool for a significant amount of time, especially before you put the glaze on. If you do it too soon, the glaze is going to be too watery. It's all just going to soak into the donut and it's going to be mushy. So you need to really take a good amount of time, at least 10 minutes, probably closer to 20 minutes. Let them cool completely just to be safe. Then put the glaze mix on. You wait another 5 to 10 minutes for it to set and you are golden. And it's a good thing they're low in calories because one of them's gone. Reload here and go right down the line. Ooh, this one's even denser than the other one there. A little bit bigger. If you put a little more dough in one of the molds, you do get a slightly bigger donut. Good thing we're not counting calories to the day. If you want to think of it more of over the week, you're splitting these up, you're meal prepping them, maybe you're making it 2 snacks or 3 snacks. Doesn't matter, having it over the course of a week. These will store up really well in an airtight container. You can have them ready to go whenever you need that snack. Having 2 of these is going to be over 20 grams of protein, so no brainer. I'll flash up the macros here so we can take a look. As you can see, protein count's over 10. Decent amount of fiber. The point is that it's a good low calorie, high protein snack. It's gonna keep you full, keep you satisfied, and keep you on track with whatever your fitness goals might be. No part of the donut is overpowering. It's not too chocolatey. The glaze isn't too sweet. It's a perfect match. Just the right amount of sweetness, perfect texture. Feels like you're having an authentic donut with each bite. I'm down 2 donuts here. I think that's gonna have to be it for me. If I keep going, I might have them all. My calorie count for the day will definitely be over. 2 of these, perfect for me. Feeling full, feeling satisfied. Definitely gonna get me to the next meal, but it's gonna be about that time. I gotta get up out of here, so see you guys in the next one. Bye.